Rav Moshe Feinstein Zecher Tzadik Livracha in the Sefer Kol Ram points out a nuanced difference between Balak's view of Bnei Yisrael and Bilam's view of Bnei Yisrael. The difference between their views can give us an important insight into a religious Jew's involvement in the outside world, even in today's world. Balak says the words, Hine ha'am yatzam mitzrayim. He says, this nation came out of Egypt. Hine chisas ein aretz, and they have integrated themselves into the land. Bilam, however, says, Hine ha'am hayotzei mitzrayim. Behold, the nation is coming out of Egypt. Allow me to give the difference between Bilam and Balak's attitude, as mentioned by Rav Moshe Zatzal with a story. When I was learning in Yeshivas Rabbeinu Yitzchak Elchanan, they had an evening seminar titled An Orthodox Jew in the Business World. The speakers at this seminar were of Zechariah Center, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, the founder of Chav K Kosher Supervision, and a second person who was also an Orthodox Jew, who was the vice president of Dan and Yogurt, when at the time Dan and Yogurt had taken the OU Hashgacha for many of their fruit-flavored yogurts. The man explained that in the business world, a person could be one of three possibilities. He can either be one of the guys, he can be not one of the guys but respected, or he can be an outcast. He said for an Orthodox Jew there are only two options. It is not possible for a person to be one of the guys. Rav Moshe explained that Balak saw Klal Yisrael. They viewed themselves as already being out of Egypt, and they were trying to be one of the guys. And therefore Balak thought that all he needed to do was to curse them in order to get them to be in trouble. Bilam knew that Klal Yisrael was still viewing themselves as Ha'am HaYotzei Mitzrayim. They are still coming out of Egypt, and therefore he needed a different approach to curse them. When we think we need to integrate ourselves into the world and be like the non-Jews, Bilam reminds us that when is it that Klal Yisrael is respected? Bilam says, Hen am levadad yishkon uvagoyim lo yischashav. When we stay to ourselves, i.e. we viewing ourselves as Yotzei, still coming out of Egypt, that is when the other nations will respect us. Bilam's teaching is, yes, that we can integrate ourselves and be friendly with people. We can be not one of the guys, but respected, but we have to keep to ourselves. And that's the message Rav Moshe Feinstein Zecher Tzadik Livracha was teaching us, the nuanced difference between Bilam and Balak on Parshas Balak about Klal Yisrael.